Είναι το podcast της Stoiximan GBL Man to Man. Powered by Stoiximan.
Φίλες και φίλοι, γεια σας. Είμαι ο Χάρης Σταύρου και σας καλωσορίζω σε ακόμη ένα Man to Man Powered by Stoiximan. Το επιτυχημένο podcast της Stoiximan GBL που μας φέρνει ακόμη πιο κοντά στους πρωταγωνιστές του ελληνικού πρωταθλήματος. Μαζί μας αυτή τη φορά ένας θρύλος του μπάσκετ, ένας θρύλος Ευρωλίγκας, ένας θρύλος του αθλήματος που μας κάνει την τιμή να αγωνίζεται στην Ελλάδα τα τελευταία 2 χρόνια και ελπίζουμε να μείνει και για ακόμη περισσότερα, ο Άντριου Γκάουντλοκ. Άντριου, thank you for being here. It's an honor for us.
Thank you.
Hope you're in a good mood. Let's have some tough questions.
Let's do it.
Not that tough. First of all, tell me how's Rhodes as a home for you and for your family?
It's great. It's great. My kids are in school. My wife loves it. We're always going to the beach. Everybody in the city, it feels like we know them. And the games are always fun. I mean, the last 2 years that we've been there is like some of the best years that we've had as a family. So we love it. We love it.
What do you like the most about Rhodes? And maybe what you miss the most?
Yes. The thing that I like the most about Rhodes are the people. The people are really friendly. Most places that we go, we don't even have to pay for anything. It's just it feels like the way of life there is the way that life should be. I know that in America, it's a little bit different for us. And when we came to Rhodes, we were like, this is how we're supposed to live. So that's pretty much how we feel.
How's the Greek culture compared to the other countries you have been?
Yeah. For me, I really respect that the families in Greece, the Greek families, they stay together. The kids get older, the parents pass things down to them, houses, businesses, they all work together, and everything is really tight-knit. In America, you turn 18, you got to get out. You got to go find a job, and you got to make your own way of life, and it's very difficult. When I see a lot of the people here, everybody's good. Everybody's happy. Nobody's really worried about, not everybody, but for the majority of the people that I've met in Rhodes, everybody is happy.
So do you feel this family environment in Kolosos too?
For sure. Everybody that comes on the team, even that leaves the team, everybody feels like a good guy. Everybody feels like family. So once they come on the team, after 3 or 4 days, it feels like they've been there all the time. So we've had, probably 20 guys this year. All of those guys feel like family to me. I still talk to all of those guys, even the guys from last season that have gone on to other teams and things like that. So it's just a family environment at all times.
I want to ask you a question, but please be careful because I did the same question in Isaiah Cannon last season, and he told me he never had a souvlaki. So be careful what you answer. Which is your favorite Greek food?
Souvlaki, for sure.
Of course.
For sure.
What you put in your souvlaki?
I don't put much in my souvlaki. If I have pork souvlaki, I leave it the way it is. I like it. I don't like. My wife loves this, but I don't love it.
Why?
I don't really like
much?
white sauces. Yes, I can have small amounts of it, but I can't just put a whole bunch of tzatziki on there. So, but if I have chicken souvlaki, I like to put like hot sauce or something like this.
About any other dishes, Greek cuisine?
This dish that's like lasagna. Is it moussaka?
Moussaka.
Moussaka. Yes, I like this a lot. Me and my wife, last year when we had it for the first time, we were like, new lasagna right here. So, yes, those are 2 of my favorite for sure.
From all the countries you have been, which country has the best food?
Ooh. I have to go Italy.
This is easy, man.
I got to go Italy.
Italy?
Yeah.
Why? Our pizza is better.
I don't know. Italy, the pastas and the fish. And me and my wife, when we were in Milan, we went out to like a different restaurant like 3 times a week. And we really enjoyed our time there with the food for sure.
Yeah. So you're not the biggest guard. You're not the strongest one. But you survived and you excelled in a very high level. Is this talent? Is this hard work? Is this combination?
Yeah.
What is it?
I think for sure it's a combination of things, and me having confidence in myself and not really worrying about who else is I'm playing against or who's on my team or this guy did this in the past. I don't really care. For me, basketball has always been a way for me to express myself. No matter how I'm feeling, I go on the court and I'm like a kid. So just having that when I get on the court, I'm almost like a different person once I step on the court. And I've always had this chip on my shoulder. I wasn't recruited for a whole bunch of colleges. Wasn't a whole bunch of people looking at me even coming out of college for the NBA. I've always been kind of a, under the radar kind of guy. So this kind of fuels me. And it's got me this far.
Who's your idol growing up, and which players did you follow to pick some moves, their mentality, their style of play?
For sure, my favorite player when I was growing up was Allen Iverson. I wanted to be exactly like this guy.
Did you also have the cornrows?
I did. They did not fit me. I looked very bad. I looked very bad with them. But I had the cornrows, the headband. I had all of his jerseys. Anytime he was on TV, I was trying to sneak and watch the TV, even if it was past my bedtime. That was like my number one guy.
He was my favorite too.
Man, he influenced the culture a lot too with just the way he dressed, the way he talked, everything like that. And he was a small guy, so it was like we could relate, as regular people, we could relate to him. But also, Carmelo Anthony was one of my favorite players. Obviously, Michael Jordan, Steve Francis. There was a lot of guys that influenced me for sure. Ray Allen. I wanted to shoot like Ray Allen and Carmelo Anthony. Those were my two shooters that I was like.
But they're all different. Guys. I mean, Steve Francis
all
was
different.
dunker.
Yes.
Ray was
right. And I would try
shooter.
To take something from each player, So I would try to shoot like Ray Allen. Carmelo Anthony, I would also try to shoot like him, but the jabs and the mid-post, yes. I would work on those things. Allen Iverson, the crossover, Michael Jordan, everything.
Steve Francis, he was dunking.
He was dunking, yes. I loved it. And he had the crossovers, and the Steve Francis did a little bit of everything. So, yeah, for sure.
Back in 2013, you signed in Puerto Rico, but you went back to LA after Kobe tore his Achilles.
Yes.
Can you get us through this crazy story?
Yeah. So I was in the D-League, the G-League now. We were getting towards the end of the season. I signed to play in Puerto Rico because I was flat broke. I had nothing. My wife, who was still in college, was paying for my food from college. So I signed to Puerto Rico for really good money, like $100,000, something like this. We came back from a road trip. Everybody's watching TV. Everybody's like, you heard about Kobe? You heard about Kobe? We turn the TV on. He's crying. He tore his Achilles. And I'm like, oh, man, it's like, it's really sad. The next day, I wake up, and my agent calls me, and he's like, hey, the Lakers just called us, and you have to be back there tomorrow. And I was like, what? I had went the whole D-League season. I didn't get a call up. I won the MVP and all these things. I was totally, frustrated with the whole situation, and then they called me back up. I think I was, one of the last call-ups for the year, so it was crazy. It was crazy, but it was a great feeling. My parents came to LA to support me. They gave me MVP chance when I went there because they gave me the D-League MVP trophy at the game. So it was it was an out-of-body experience for me for sure.
You were the D-League's MVP, as you said. Why you chose to come in Europe, to go in Russia and play for Onyx?
Well, like I said, I didn't have any money. So that was one thing, but I got tired of the politics of the NBA, and I did everything that I was supposed to do. I went to summer leagues, and I averaged 25 points. I won the MVP of the D-League. Everything that I did, I excelled at it. So I was like, why is this guy getting called up? Why is this guy getting a contract and nobody's, So I got really frustrated with the whole NBA thing, and I was like, I called my agent. I said, okay, forget the NBA. I don't care about this anymore. Who's got the money? And he said, hey, Russia. It was between Russia and Milan, but I didn't know anything about anything outside of the States. And so I was like, whoever's got the most money, that's where I'm going. And he was like, you don't want to go to Milan? Are you crazy? I was like, no, let's go get the money. So
did you know where Russia was in the map?
I knew where it was, but I was just like, I'm going wherever has the most money. That was my, that's just what I was doing. So when he came to me with the numbers, I was like, this is where we're going. And he was like, hey, this is EuroLeague. This is Milan's one of the best places in the world. I was like, forget that. And we were in Russia.
VTB League's MVP, All Eurocup first team, and the MVP of the Eurocup. You didn't have any difficulties adjusting to the European basketball?
No. I mean, for me, basketball it's basketball. It doesn't matter where you go in the world, China, Puerto Rico, Mexico, it doesn't matter. When you go to these places, it's all the same. Obviously, the rules may be a little bit different depending on where you are. The style of play may be a little bit different, but the game at the end of the day is about putting the ball in the basket. So if you can put the ball in the basket, you should be able to do that anywhere.
Yeah. In Fener, you were the first option. And you played with Bogdan Bogdanovic, Jan Vesely, Nemanja Bjelica. And people might forget how crazy this was.
Yeah. It's an amazing season, amazing players. Those guys are great guys. A lot of talent on those teams. Our point guard was like Emir Prezic. He was like 6'8".
Point forward, yeah.
Yes, man.
Yeah.
We had a lot of Nico Zisis was also
Ricky
there.
Hickman.
Ricky Hickman. So the talent level was amazing. I think we were the first team to go to the Final Four from Turkey. So it was a big time.
Do you still remember the night you made 10 threes?
For sure.
How was it?
Again, I didn't know, once I left the States, I didn't know anything about any records. I didn't know anything about EuroLeague, Euro Cup. I didn't know anything about anything. So I was just playing. That game when I made 10 threes, it wasn't the first time that I've done something like that. So for me, I was like, I'm playing good. Nobody told me, like, this is the record and you're 2 away from it. I didn't know. So after the game, when I got to the locker room and people were telling me, like, oh, you broke the record, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
So you feel you're a shooter, you're a scorer, you're a bowler. How you gonna?
Yeah, I'm just a baller, man. I don't, growing up, I was always a shooter. I wasn't that fast, couldn't jump that high, none of that. So I was just a strictly shooter. But the more that my game progressed, my body progressed, I started to be able to do other things. And I would stay in the gym 3-4 hours a day, just playing pickup all day. So in that aspect, I feel like I'm a baller. Like, I go anywhere outside, rec league, it doesn't matter. I like to go hoop.
Tell me something. What happened at the end of that season and you left Fener?
Yeah. So we lost to Karşıyaka in the playoffs, Turkish League playoffs. I really don't know. It was Obradović's decision. So he called my agent maybe 3 days after the season, and he was like, we're going to go in a different direction. I was like, all right, that's fine.
So from Kazan to Istanbul, from Istanbul to Xinjiang.
Yes.
I believe that life in China was tough.
Very difficult.
Tell me something about that.
Yeah. In Xinjiang, first, they wouldn't let us leave we were in like a hotel. The owner of the team, he owned this hotel, and there was nobody staying in the hotel except for me and the other player and my family. They wouldn't let us leave without like having an escort with us. My wife couldn't go anywhere by herself. Nobody spoke English, not even the coaches. Our translator barely spoke English. The food was
terrible.
Yeah, it was less than desirable, and it was a difficult time for sure. It was snow all the way up to like my chest. It was definitely difficult. I had to send my family home because my wife was pregnant also with our second child, and she wasn't gaining any weight. So I was like, I'll do this by myself.
From all the cities you visited in China, I believe Xinjiang was the worst.
For sure.
Houston, Maccabi, Milan, China for a second stint, Venezia, Bilbao, crazy journey, ups and downs.
Yes.
Can you share some crazy stories, some unforgettable moments from all these teams?
Yeah.
What do you remember?
For sure in Milan, we won the championship. Had a crazy block to win the championship. That was probably one of my fondest memories of my career. Maccabi was just a whirlwind of a season. We had a really high budget that year, so we had really good players, but we didn't play well. So in the end, they like started to do some weird things to get rid of some of the guys. But that fan base was amazing. The games were always packed. The people, you see them on the street, and it was great. I loved Maccabi a lot. The city also, right by the beach, great weather, everything like that. Houston, I didn't really have much time to play. I played maybe 3 games. The thing that was tough for me in my NBA journey is since I was a shooting guard, the other shooting guards that I was behind, Kóbé Bryant and James Harden, not many minutes for me to go around. So it was difficult, but I had a lot of fun there, learned a lot, met some great guys, and, you know, it's part of the journey. Back to China was okay. I mean, China's just it's a difficult place. So I don't really have too many memories from China. I kind of try to block that out. But the money was great in China. They gave us like bonuses after every home win and every away win. So after 3 or 4 games, they would just give you a bag of cash. I do remember that. So, and then Venice, I was hurt. And then COVID happened. So that was, I maybe played 2 games there. And I was coming back from a knee injury, so it was very difficult. And Bilbao, I loved it. I loved it. Me and my family, we definitely wanted to stay there, but I had another knee injury, and that brings us here.
Did you ever have a chance to play for Olympiacos or Panathinaikos?
Yes, I had many times when I was in
Many
EuroLeague.
times?
In EuroLeague, they were one of the teams every year. Panathinaikos for sure. Were trying to sign me, but their budget wasn't the same like it is now. So, I mean, they were offering not even close to some of the other offers that I was getting from China or Maccabi or wherever like that. So, yeah.
Ακούτε το podcast της Stoiximan GBL Man to Man. Powered by Stoiximan.
Now, Kóbé time.
Kóbé.
I bet you have some crazy stories to share with Kóbé.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. He's an intense guy. I mean, I saw him from the very first in training camp was doing amazing things. And I mean, I saw him dunk on one guy, and I mean, he like hit at the rim, and he like almost took the rim with him. And I was just remember looking up like, this is Kóbé Bryant, this is crazy. But he just, and what's even crazier is that he would do those things, and the coaches would say, "Oh, that's nothing. You should have saw him 5 years ago. He would have windmilled that." And I'm like, what? Like this guy, very intense guy. When he gets on the court, he doesn't play any games at all. I mean, his face changes, and he's like super focused. And he would get on me because he would see the same, you know, he knew when I wasn't focused or when I wasn't locked in, and he would definitely tell me. He let anybody know, but he would definitely tell me, and I take everything that I learned from that time that I was with him, like, today. I mean, I was only there for a year, 2 years, but all the stuff that I saw him doing, the preparation, the confidence, the Mamba mentality, I mean, that's a real thing. And I was glad and blessed that I was able to see that for sure.
What's a one word you can use to describe Kóbé? Was he a maniac?
For sure.
Was he a freak?
He was for me, the word that comes to my head is like a killer. Like on the court, he was like he wanted to cut your neck off, man. He done. One day I talked trash to him. I made a mistake. And
You did?
Man, I made a mistake. I said, hey,
What,
man.
what did you say?
I told him, I was like, oh, you're not that good.
No.
I was like, I said, you're not that good, man. I can take you. I don't need a double team. And I was like, you can't guard me. I was like, maybe I can't guard you, but you can't guard me either. And he got pissed. Like, I mean, his face, he was like, what? He got disrespect. He felt like I disrespected him. So he was like, okay, we're going to see. He told the coach, no double teams today in practice. And he went immediately at me, like, immediately. I mean, he scored, obviously, it's Kóbé. He was scoring, like, every time, fadeaways, everything. And he was just talking. I was like, yeah, no more. I'm not. I made a mistake.
Do you still enjoy the nickname, the Mini Mamba?
Yeah. I mean, when I was younger, I wasn't a fan of it. But as I got older, it's really a respect thing. And for Kóbé Bryant to give you any nickname is like a big thing. But especially for him to call you the Mini Mamba is definitely amazing.
If you could turn back the time, would you insist more on playing in the NBA?
No. I mean, my path was my path. I think that if it was meant for me to play in the NBA, then that's where I would have been. I feel like easily I'm just as good as a lot of those guys that are there. I know for a fact that I can play in the NBA if that was my path. Every summer when I go home, I play against these guys, Anthony Edwards, Colin Sexton, all these guys. and I do the same thing that I do when I'm here. So it's not like something that I can't do. It was just the way that things happen. And I'm thankful that I had the path that I had because I've been able to see the world. I've been able to see different cultures. My family's been able to see different cultures. And we've made a good life from what we do. So, no, I don't have any regrets about the way that my path went. Obviously, I would have liked to make one of those NBA checks. That would have been great. But we've made good money. We've been in good places. And I don't have any complaints.
Do you feel that many players insist on playing in the NBA and missing good opportunities overseas?
Yeah, I mean, the thing with the NBA is you get stuck in this loop of players that they sent to the G League, they put on two-way contracts, they promise you, hey, you play well, your shooting percentage a little bit higher, we'll pick you up. Yeah, it's all bull.
Waiting and waiting.
Yeah. And it's all, when I was in the D League and like I said, I won the MVP and I was destroying everybody every day, and all of my teammates were getting called up. And I'm like, how is this working? Like, I'm the best player on the best team, and everybody on my team is getting called up except for me. So for those people that are straight focused on going to the league, it's a good thing up until a certain point. After you do a year of D-League, after they play with you for a couple years, go make your money and...
It's time to move on.
Yeah, it's time to move on.
Do you plan on staying with Kolosos next season too? Because people from Rhodes are telling me you want to retire there.
For sure. I would love to. That's if I had it my way, that's what would happen. I would get a house there in Rhodes. And
you plan on staying there after your retirement?
Yeah, I want to have some property there for sure. I don't know where I'm going to live at this point, but I want to definitely have some property there. I definitely want to be there. I don't know about living there, but I definitely want to go back. So my family, my wife, she loves it. If I had it my way, I would retire there, and whatever happened next, happened next.
So let me make it clear. You plan on playing for one more season, or you will see?
Where, in Rhodes?
In general.
Yeah, I'm gonna play until I can't play anymore.
Okay.
So
okay.
I don't know how many years that's gonna be.
Okay.
I'm getting older. I'm about to be 37 this year, so I don't know how much more mileage these legs have in them. But for now, I feel good. This is probably one of the best seasons I've had as a professional. So I don't see why I would stop.
Are you gonna try coaching after your retirement?
I don't know.
I believe you could be a good coach.
I don't know. I get really passionate when I'm on the court, and I don't know if that passion is good as a coach, because sometimes I can get a little crazy, like with the things that I say, or like, and I don't know if it'd be a good thing. I do love the game, and I want to be around it in some capacity, maybe like skill development, something like that. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
What do you think about the Greek League? You're here for 2 seasons now. Mm-hmm. And in my opinion, the Greek League is getting better and better, stronger and stronger. Do you feel this too?
Yes, for sure. A lot of really good players come through the Greek League. I didn't even know Kevin Puncher played here. Mike Jane, like everybody.
Mike James was in Colossus.
Yes. It seems like everybody that is somewhere now, they came through Greece at some point. So the league is really strong. It's very difficult to win on the road. The fan base for all the teams is good. I love it here. I've been wanting to come to Greece to play, so I was really glad last year when I got the opportunity, for sure.
Do you watch the NBA?
Sometimes.
Is there a certain team you like to follow, watch? No?
No. Once I left the NBA, I didn't have any more favorite players. I didn't have any more favorite teams. It was just, I watch it because I like to watch basketball. Obviously, there are some players that I watch more, like Steph Curry and these guys, but I watch it more for my game. So I watch players that I feel like I can steal something from, and that's kind of how I watch it.
So you enjoy watching EuroLeague more?
For sure.
Which teams?
Ooh. Panathinaikos, for sure. I like Monaco. I like Fener. I like Ephes. I like it was TJ Shorts, Paris. I like the way they play. They play really fast. But in general, I just like to watch EuroLeague, period. Everybody's really fighting every game. It's not any games off. Everybody's really playing hard. So I think that's the way the game should be played. And it's always good basketball.
Is there a certain coach you would like to play for?
No.
Maybe some coach's philosophy that would fit you.
No. I mean, for me, everything is always dependent on me. So when I'm going into another team, or I don't care who the coach is, it's going to depend. The way that I'm going to play is going to depend on me. Am I making shots? Am I in good condition? Am I in a good headspace? Am I confident? Those are the things that really matter for me. I've played for the best coaches. I played for Trinchieri. I played for Obradovic. And it was great experiences for sure. I learned a lot from those guys, but I don't have any desire to play for a certain coach or not, you know.
Who's the most difficult coach, most vocal?
Obradovic.
The toughest.
Obradovic, for sure. 100%. 100%.
I feel you have a story with Obradovic.
I got many stories, but hey, man, this guy, he is very intense. I mean, he gets mad and he turns like purple. And he's like, man, his face, sometimes it looks like he's going to explode. But the more that I was there and I started to understand what he's seeing and what he's telling us, I understood. I understood why he was getting frustrated. I understood what he was saying with the plays and everything like that. But he's definitely very intense. Definitely very intense.
How you spend a typical day in Rhodes?
I wake up 7:30, take my kids to school, get them all ready, fix them breakfast, me and my wife. I have 4 kids, so we kind of split the duties. She takes 2, I take 2, get the kids ready for school, drop them off around 8:30. I come back home for maybe an hour or 2. I could try to take a nap if I can. Then I'm at practice. Once I get out of practice around 2:30, back to get the kids. They all have different things every day. So maybe one of them has swim, maybe one of them has basketball. So I'm back and forth from the school and home up until about 5. And then homework for the kids. Because obviously in Rhodes, their school, it's not an English school. So when we come home, we're having to do translating. We're having to help them. We're basically becoming teachers. So we do that till about 6:30, 7 o'clock. And then it's time to get the kids ready for bed. They go to bed around 8:39. And then me and my wife got about 2 hours to just relax.
Listen, life is not bad in Greece,
Right.
It's slower.
Yes.
How you see basketball changing in 10 years from now?
Ooh, that's a good question. Man, in 10 years.
Maybe in 5.
I see that there's not really any positions. I see everything kind of being everybody just playing basketball. It doesn't really matter how tall you are, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I see everybody kind of being the same. Everybody kind of doing everything. Bigs, dribbling, guards, posting, not really having a point guard. The 2 guard can play the point. I see positionless basketball.
Do you see AI officiating the games?
I hope not.
We hope not.
I hope, but it might be good because they'll get every call right. Maybe.
I disagree. Do you know any Greek words? Even the bad one.
Yeah, I know.
It's
a
not
few.
bad to say a bad word in Greek. It's okay.
Well, guys, probably the most used word that I hear from all Greek people on the street, on the court, in the stores. I hear this word 100 times a day.
Everywhere, but it's sometimes they use it in a bad way.
Yes.
But mostly it's not a very bad word.
Yes.
Any other Greek words?
Kali like Kali Nita, or we say Kali Pasa if you make a good pass or something like this. Perimene.
Siga siga.
No, I don't know this one.
Slowly.
I hear the guys say fige a lot.
Fige like go away from the screen, something like that.
Okay.
You can say fige when you're gonna ISO. So say to your teammates, φύγε. Go away.
Get away. Okay. I'm going to use this too. I'm going to use it.
Man, thank you very much. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Wish you luck. And stay in Greece for a couple more years.
I really want to. I think
we need you here.
I think that's a number one option for me for sure.
Thank you. Wish you all the
guys.
best.
Thank you.